We have a segment on the show where we talk about our guest's hometown. And today, Evan Kessler joins us from Pomona. Not California, though. We're talking New York, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so I was trying to look up news about Pomona. One of the first headlines I saw was like a 32-year-old guy got shot in front of a bunch of children. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then you click it, and it was like, no, it turns out it was in an apartment complex where children live. I was just like, you could just say he got shot in an apartment complex then, I would assume, based on it was from a website called, like, it wasn't New York Post, but it was like something Post. I was like, is this like the Pomona trashy paper?
Probably. The way you described it, I thought it was like a sort of like a self-sufficient child-run utopia.
A child-led apartment building.
Child-led apartment building where just like everyone, there's like the fake vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
There's like little kids.
They're all the stoves are Fisher Price. They're all plastic and shit. Hey, you can't bring that bullshit here.
Yeah. It's close to the Will Ferrell. Where's my rent, bitch?
Yeah. So that was the one thing. The other thing that I read about Pomona, recent news, there was a rabies scare because a bunch of kids adopted a kitten with rabies and they didn't know, and then the kitten died, and then they were like, oh shit, everyone needs to get rabies shots. And I was like, well, that's pretty crazy.
What a horrible.
And then
so sad.
And then I kept scrolling, and in 2021 they had one person got diagnosed with polio for the first time in 100 years. So they were like, get polio shots, everyone. And then 2019 there was a measles outbreak.
Jesus.
So just ancient diseases just come up from the ground in your hometown.
From the permafrost.
As global warming.
They're just like, yeah, let's just unleash everything. Like, keep the kids away from that stream water.
Is this like an unvaccinated city?
Potentially.
I just like that they're like testing them. They're like, okay, so what if it was measles? Would you do it then? What if it was polio? What if it was rabies? Would you be vaccinated then?
There is a very like large religious community. There's a lot of like Orthodox Jews there.
Okay.
The funny thing about my town is like I'm from Pomona, but normally no one ever knows where Pomona is. So you just say Rockland County. Because Rockland County is the smallest county in New York State. And people go, it's in Rockland County. And people go, is that in Westchester? And you go, no, it's a different county. Westchester's a county.
It's its own thing.
And everyone considers it upstate New York.
Right, even though it's not that far from New York City.
It's on the border of New York and New Jersey.
Right.
So it's not upstate.
Yeah.
It's very...
That's downstate.
It's downstate.
Yeah.
But it's north of New York City, so people just say upstate.
Oh, I'm my dad's from Staten Island, and I don't think I've ever been out of New York City. That's the only place I've been.
When people talk about like Albany as upstate, or like Plattsburgh, which is
Buffalo,
is like near, the people go, oh, that's upstate. I'm like, that's a wide gulf of upstate.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking state.
That's like 8 hours.
There's like 8 hours in any direction away from New York City.
It's a chasm. It's not a. It's just like the street that I lived on. It was like sandwiched between two summer day camps.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think we talked about this because the last episode you were on was about summer camps.
No, but that
you grew up in it.
Yeah, but I went to a summer camp for 10 years, but that was in Pennsylvania. But we talked. I
love that. I love that. You grew up in between two of them. Like, no, fuck this.
No, those were day camps.
Oh, they were day camps. Okay, yeah.
It must have been pretty. Yeah, if it's near place.
Nice.
Where people go to camp.
Yeah, there's like state park land, and then you can see like where the mountains are just in the backdrop of my neighborhood.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is nice. But then there's also like adjacent is this area called the Redwoods, which is just really fancy houses. But right across the street from the Redwoods is a trailer park. So
it's like LA.
Little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's like Los Angeles.
So,
well, let's talk about it. Let's get into these questions. Question 1: what was the incident?
The thing that I come back to for like the incident was just something I remember from my own life. Like in high school, there was like a huge brawl at someone's graduation party. Like someone had a party at their house after graduation. We were probably drinking.
I've been waiting 4 fucking years to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. So the summer before, I was away at summer camp, and something happened. Something went down between like two people. Like someone stole something from someone's house or something, and so there was bad blood between all these like two groups of people.
Did they have names? Is there like a gang?
Yes. Okay. So apparently the people that stole stuff, the name of the gang was the White Boy Clique.
Hell yeah, dude.
And they were all like super rich. They all lived up in the Redwoods for the most part. But they were also friends with another gang called the Black Hoods, who were not white.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But they were cool with each other.
Prison yard alliance.
So the people I was friendly with the person who got like stuff stolen from their, but I had no idea what happened. It's like when you wander in at, I was very like Big Lebowski Donnie. Like I was just like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. I come back from camp, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And then like the bad blood kind of like stewed for like the whole school year. Like a good friend of mine got into like a fight at a park, and there had been like a third but he was
Was
like,
it a prearranged fight in a park?
I don't know. I think maybe
those are
like,
but
those
he
are
like
hilarious.
he was like an army ROTC guy, so he like fought off like bunch of
a bunch of fucking squirrely hooligans.
Yeah, and then at the party, I guess one of the guys it like the gags, like they pulled up to the party, and someone I think like threw a bottle at the car or something. And then like they got out, and then there was like chains.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh whoa!
Wow.
The West Side Story.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was just like, I'm gonna go in the back. I have nothing.
I didn't bring my chain tonight.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm like not involved.
What even got stolen?
I don't know. Just you have parties at your house, and sometimes like you don't know.
Sometimes three gangs show up.
Sometimes someone like steals a TV, and you're like,
I don't even
what are you
think
gonna
the
do?
gangs were like. I think there was like one guy, and then everyone like stood up for him or something. But
It's a real Montagues and Capulet situation.
But then like I remember just like hearing all the like
the beating,
and then a guy coming, and then a guy came back.
Put down the chainsaw.
A guy like I was in the back, and a guy came to the back. And his face was all bloody, and he's like, "Why don't you help?" I'm like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, I don't even know.
You gotta get in there. It's awesome.
And I was friendlier with like some of the guys at like one of the gangs, because it was like those were like people you went to elementary school with. So you're just like, I remember the day after that instant. Like,
so he rolls around with bear mace.
Yeah, like I remember going to like the bagel shop like 3 days later, like seeing one of the guys and just being like, "Hey, what's up?" Like.
Yeah. Was the climate?
This guy Omar, like they're just being like.
Could you to any of them say "ha ha"? Like I didn't get involved. Ha ha. You got beat up.
Not that I'm like untouchable or anything, but like no one has any shit with me. Like like
in those group fight situations, very rarely is someone in the group fighting and like, I need to go get the guy who's not fighting off to the side. Drag him into this.
Someone just runs through collateral damage, and he has like two fists out. He's spinning around.
The guys are like bottles and chains, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys,
give
would
nunchucks?
You guys familiar with John Lennon?
I'll tell you, I've stayed out of every fight that I've never been in my life using this strategy where I was like, no one's gonna start shit with me.
Did y'all ever have like a prearranged fight where it's like, oh, so and this guy are gonna fight at this place at 2 p.m.
No, I never. I've heard about stuff like that, but I don't think it ever really happened.
Man, there was a very. This was the year after I graduated, but a guy who was in the grade before me filmed such an occasion, and it was one of the first videos that like anybody I knew ever posted on YouTube. You used to be able to find it, but it was a kid I was friends with, and then some people that I didn't know, and they were all like the grade behind me. And my person I knew punched the guy out, and then the person filming, I'll shout him out, Ben Scarborough, great filmmaker out of Atlanta, selfie style, before that was even a word, turns the camera to himself and he goes, 2 fingers on that motherfucker, and he held up a peace sign, and 2 fingers was the name of the video.
There was a similar video that went around that featured like 2 of the like the rich white kids who lived up in the
White Boy Clique, please. Yeah, call them by their name.
But but before the fight,
the WBC.
Before the fight, like I think, or maybe it was a little. They changed their name of the clique.
Oh, good. And so it sounded less fucked up
to the Rising Suns.
Oh no.
That sounds so worse.
That sounds racist again.
Yeah. How?
And I think the movie Rising Sun was like out at the time.
Was it SONS though? Because I was just thinking like Rising Suns. If they're like the children of rich people,
I mean,
then that actually makes more sense if it's SONS.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
awesome.
two of the guys, two rich white kids that went to one of the day camps, they like fought each other in a field, and someone filmed the thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was like really funny. And I just remember like the tape was making the rounds at like parties.
Yes. Yeah.
And people would be like, "Oh, we got the tape," and we would all just sit there watch it. And I don't remember some of the quotes from it, but people would like quote it at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it started on MySpace and then made a jump to YouTube because this is like 2005, 2006, but it was right when you started being able to post videos.
We didn't have
MySpace. But yeah, everybody knew how to get to Two Fangas.
But it was like it was probably like a VHS recorder.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, yeah, so what, I'm trying to put a year on this.
Yeah.
Like, this is like 96.
Someone starts fighting with the boom mic.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then you just hear it from the inside. Oh God! Stop hitting me with the boom mic.
And one guy was
he's
one of the
beating
guys
me.
just like clearly got his ass kicked, and it was just like
Was it satisfying, or was it like you
was-
feel bad for that guy?
No, it was kind of satisfying. He was just like a little
Was he talking
punk.
shit?
I think he was just like a little punk kid. Just like
what
all these
happens.
people that just think so highly of themselves that they're in a gang.
Were there any big fights at Investovia?
I'm sure there were. I was too afraid. I was like, guys, we're gonna get in trouble. I don't think I was invited to the fights.
Damn.
That's okay. It's
Damn,
like, you know,
dude.
I don't
That's
think
the
I was-
oldest form of human entertainment. They didn't
I
include
know
you?
it's gladiatorial combat.
Like I wish I remembered more specific detail, but it's just like I just remember us watching the tape, just being like, "Oh man, someone's gonna bring the tape again." And like everyone, it's like one of those things that have to like be brought to parties. It's like everyone's expecting it.
Fucking Daniel's not here. God damn it. He's the one with the tape.
Yeah. And then I don't know whatever happened to the tapes. He moved, and I think he lost the tape.
Dude, I think they only invite me to these parties because I'm the one with the tape.
It's like someone who has like a porn mag or something.
You just love me for my tape.
He's named the prom king because he has the tape. Everyone wants to see the tape. Like the principal wants to see the tape. So, Bradley, I understand that you have the tape. No, it's okay. You don't have to be coy with me.
Oh, fuck. Question 2. Local legend.
It was so suburban that the town was like disconnected. You know?
Yeah. Well, I know of one local legend, which is Burgess Meredith.
Yes.
Paid to have the town chartered in the 60s.
Yes, and there's a Burgess Meredith Park.
Is there a statue?
Okay.
No.
What?
But I think it was from. It was like an escape for, it wasn't the city.
Yeah.
It was the rustic.
All I'm saying is if I was the mayor,
Yeah.
I would have on the way into Pomona, get a statue of fucking Mickey from Rocky on the left, get a statue of the Penguin from the Adam West Batman on the right. Done.
Yeah. No, I know.
If you were the mayor.
If I was the mayor, if I be the mayor of Pomona, got to get 2 Burgess Meredith statues. Iconic, man.
I really think we don't play it up at all.
That's wild.
It's a shame.
Philly's got a fucking Rocky statue. You should have to have a Mickey statue.
We have a Mickey statue right next to yeah.
Birmingham has a Reuben statue.
Do they really?
No.
I was about to say
Just Vulcan, baby. Just Vulcan.
Just Vulcan,
dude.
and the fucking pagan goat monster in front of that church.
That's right. Yeah.
5 points.
And 5 points, baby.
I am shocked that some crazy religious fanatic hasn't tried to knock that thing down.
I'm sure.
There is also sort of that area has like a Native American tribe that it's also like not really. They don't know if it's like a real tribe.
What do you mean?
They were called the Ramapo Indians.
Oh, sure, yeah. But it's like a lot of Dutch, right?
It's like Dutch,
Basically,
and
like
African,
the Dutch people that didn't want to leave, and then
yeah, it's like Dutch, African, Native American.
Right.
It's
So
like
it's
there's
sort of
like
like the Seminoles a bit. Like it's a bunch
a mix
of different people.
like anyone who was there and didn't want to be like
British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Burgess Meredith is like the closest we come, but there's also the composer Kurt Weill.
Oh wait,
not the singer.
I was about to be like, damn, waking on a
he's
pretty
from Philly,
days.
right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Kurt Weill.
Yeah.
He's did like the Three Penny Opera, and his wife was like a vaudevillian actress, Lotte Lenya. They're buried in like the town that Pomona's in.
Oh, okay,
Pomona's
gotcha.
a village, so it's like the town of Haverstra, which it's mentioned in the song "I've Been Everywhere."
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like,
so,
yeah.
So is Opelika, the town next to where I grew up.
Exactly. So it's like we're on the map.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what we have, but we're on the map.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, I feel like the local legend is just the barber shop all the kids went to.
The barber was a character.
It was just an old Italian man that gave every single kid the same little Italian boy haircut.
Oh hell yeah!
I think every kid in the 5 square miles just like had the little hair comb to the side and just like
right. Everyone looks like young Frank Sinatra, basically. Question 3: worst bar.
We had a place called Our Gang Inn, which was like
fuck yeah, Little Rascals themed.
Yeah, but it's where people would have like their parties for end of the year of like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
So you'd be fighting with nunchucks in the parking lot and shit afterwards.
We would be playing like Coke and Pepsi while a DJ jukebox played shitty songs.
Oh man.
And then the bar that we went to as adults was like 2 towns over, and it was called the Clubhouse.
Okay.
It was just like you'll see everyone you went to high school with.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's where you end up at like Christmas or something.
Christmas
you're like, hey,
or Thanksgiving. You're like, do we really have to go to the Clubhouse? You know. But then you have an okay time, and you'd be like, do I really? Maybe I like people. I don't.
Is there a post college going to the Clubhouse? You're like, oh my god, those two hooked up. They went to high school together. The Clubhouse.
As far as like
last time I saw her, she was punching him in the face with brass knuckles as I ran away.
It was very much like a house party town.
Oh yeah,
like
house party town.
It's like I was like the house party house.
Whoa! You were like the host of the house parties.
The anchor house.
Pretty much. Like when we were in high school, I would go out to the movies and I'd come back to my house and there'd be like people waiting in the driveway.
Nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
I was that for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
You're
like,
we get the iPod warmed up.
Well, and I had a couch. I foolishly had a couch on the porch, so people like really going inside was not even necessary.
I remember that couch. Yeah, I remember in front of your house.
One night we all left and went to like the diner, and my friend had gone to drive someone home and didn't know we had gone to the diner, and I guess he just like walked into my house and the alarm went off and the cops came. And they like walked through the house, but nobody was there. And so we totally missed getting like caught by the cops.
Wait, so did he get away too?
Yeah.
Like the alarm went off and he just ran?
No, he stood there and then the cops came and then they're like, well, you know, there's no like evidence that there's like people under 21 that are doing this. So everyone like got off and like, hey, we got back and he was just like, yeah, the cops are just here. And I walked into the house. Just like,
and they weren't concerned with the alarm.
No one was concerned.
That I was an intruder.
Yeah.
Question 4, best local food. What's the restaurant? I don't know shit about a quote unquote upstate New York.
Place called Avanti Pizzeria. That's just my favorite pizza outside of New York City, but also probably my favorite pizza of all time. And I would get chicken rolls.
What is the chicken roll?
Which is just like
me and Sam are both like, we're this big.
It's like the bread is around the chicken. It's like a sandwich, but it's more like it's baked in.
It's like a pizza roll around a chicken finger.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
With cheese and sauce. It was so fucking good.
Oh my god! All right,
like that's the thing.
Make that
like,
tonight.
That's the thing where I'm just like, the only reason I want to go back home is for that food.
Ooh. I'm thinking about we get like a crescent roll and we get some chicken fingers and some pizza sauce and cheese. Holy shit.
Good.
Is it an actual did you say chicken finger?
No, it's like
shredded chicken or something.
It's a cutlet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So it is fried chicken.
And then you dip it in the marinara sauce. It's so fucking good.
We could try to recreate it here. I'm just telling you now, when this is over, I'm going to go to Ralph's and try to make this.
God.
It sounds amazing.
Out of biscuits.
I'll go get the crescent rolls.
Canned crescent
rolls. Get
them,
flatten them out. It can't be that complicated.
It's so good.
It can. I think it can.
It is really just...
Oh, you're going to be eating your words and my chicken rolls in a minute, Samuel.
Oh, man.
Question 5. Local ghosts or monsters?
I don't think we had any. I think it was just like...
I did read that the founder of the town was buried in, and I'm quoting from the article, an abandoned cemetery. And I was like, oh, that's just sad.
I didn't even know that. We had a lot of like, there was a lot of like Revolutionary War era stuff, but there was never any like stuff about ghosts. Like we did, like all the real stuff that happened in the Revolutionary War was like a town away.
Right.
It was like
it's not close enough to New York to
But maybe like
to be
Union
a strategic
soldiers were
location.
like bunked there or something.
No. It was there's a town called Stony Point, but it was like which was like 2 towns away. That was like the turning point of
it's like a naval
Revolutionary War.
battle there, right?
I don't think so. Or it could have been on the Hudson.
Well, okay, let's go back. What the fuck is an abandoned graveyard?
Right, yeah. Okay.
This
There's-
plot
oh,
yeah, the abandoned graveyard.
No, there's an abandoned mental institution.
Oh, good.
That's
One of those in
that's
Tuscaloosa,
a
too.
town over
Hell yeah.
called Letchworth Village.
Oh, shit. That's great.
And I feel
This
like
building sucks so bad we don't even keep crazy people
I
here
feel like
anymore.
I feel like there's like photo essays of just like those photo essays that are like overgrown abandoned places.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of them being a cemetery.
Yeah.
This land sucks. We can't even bury dead bodies.
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
That's how
Like,
useless this land is.
In the land of like house parties, there's definitely a lot of like dare you to go to this spooky location kind of places. Like abandoned insane asylum is a classic.
Yeah.
Get high and go
Worship the devil.
Go worship the devil.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Abandoned insane asylum.
But we could also, because we were sandwiched in between like 2 summer camps. Like during the year, you'd be like, okay, maybe I'll walk along into one of the summer camps. But there was one year our whole block got together to play football on like the field at the summer camp, but we didn't tell anyone at the summer camp.
Yeah.
And then the guy who ran the summer camp like came out with a gun and was like, "Get
Jesus.
Counselor Davidson, it's me.
yeah."
I have a gun. I have a gun.
Such an American reaction to see a
Yeah.
football
Just
game.
kids
Oh,
It's like football.
Kids playing
There's
a
kids
football game.
playing street hockey
Yeah.
in my driveway. I have a gun.
What he doesn't know is those kids have motorcycle chains on them.
I tell you what.
They'll fucking lash him.
Rumble, another rumble.
He can't shoot us all. Get him.
You don't pull out a gun on the white boy clique.
Yeah, no, fuck
like
no.
they
The
get away with
WBC?
it.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
The rising sun. You don't want to see the WBC become the rising sun.
They're strapped.
Did they have a House of the Rising Suns?
No, it sounds like they had McMansions, several of them of the rising
Mansion
suns.
of the Rising Suns.
Yeah. Finally, question 6. Favorite thing that's not there anymore.
This is it's very small, but it's
The graveyard.
Yeah,
graveyard.
the graveyard.
there was the diner called the Mont Ivy Diner. The name of the town next door is Mount Ivy.
Okay.
But they didn't have they didn't own the rights to like the Mount Ivy.
I thought you were about to
name.
say they couldn't afford a U.
But so they just called it the Mont Ivy Diner. And years later, it changed. They were able to change the sign.
And it ruined them.
But for me, nostalgically, I still like that it was. We were always like, I'm going to the Mont,
Yeah.
and not having this.
So
not
the sign is the thing
sign
you
is
miss.
yeah, that's the only thing. There's not a lot. Oh, okay. And then there's a restaurant that my friend's dad owned that was called Szechuan Garden,
Oh,
which
shit.
is like the best. That was like my favorite Chinese food.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If anything, there's like more shit in the town now.
Yeah,
There's, like-
rabies, polio, measles,
There's a baseball team.
Leprosy.
leprosy,
There's a
dropsy,
There's a Canadian
dyspepsia,
a Canadian American baseball league team
called the Vapors.
called the Boulders, the Rockland Boulders.
Oh,
All right.
And they built a stadium.
Oh, I think I read that in the in one of the things I was.
But that was after I left, but I'm just like, how do we have it's one of those teams where like if you were on the Mets in the 80s and you still want to play baseball and you also want to play with your son on the team,
Your boy.
you're good. You're gonna like, but he never made it to pro.
right.
You're both on the team.
No, I just wanted to say on the subject of minor league baseball, I watched the documentary "The Saint of Second Chances" on Netflix about Bill Veeck and his son Mike Veeck and the
White Sox.
St. Paul Saints, which was the minor league team, and he's kind of the guy. Bill Veeck is the guy who invented the gimmick in baseball. Famously put up a little person at bat because their strike zone is nothing, and he walked. And when they put him in the Hall of Fame, they waited till he was dead to put him in the Hall of Fame, and at Cooperstown his plaque his plaque says Bill Veeck, friend of the little man. That's
awesome.
His son is the guy who's responsible for Disco Demolition Night, which I believe is the last forfeiture of second to last forfeiture of Major League
The
Baseball.
Disco Duck guy? Oh, never mind.
Disco Demolition Night was a borderline you know,
it was chaos.
It was a riot.
1979. They told the fans to bring their disco.
Yeah, right. It was a big homophobic riot.
Yeah, exactly. It was a racist and homophobic riot at Comiskey Park, and this was the guy who was in charge of the whole thing. And so obviously he got drummed out of baseball after that, and then they brought him back to start managing minor league teams. And he's the reason they have teams like the Savannah Bananas, where it's all gimmicks, like because they realize like we're not going to sell tickets unless we have some crazy shit happening. But the documentary is fucking wonderful, and Charlie Day plays him in like the little reenactments they have in between.
Oh wow,
it's really good.
Top dollar on the reenactments.
Yeah, dude. Saint of Second Chances. So check that out on the flicks. Well, yeah, that is a tour of Evan Kessler's Pomona, New York. Woo.